Dude, we talk all the times in DMs. We have hung out in Miami, in Vegas. Most of the time, it's me replying to your fire emojis with a fire extinguisher or a fire truck. But it makes my heart so happy that we are finally chatting on AD 30. GT Ofice, welcome to America's Dance 30 for the first time.
Thank you so much, Brian. Honestly, it's just amazing that you're having me here. And dude, it's crazy that we're video chatting. This is the first time we've actually ever video chatted, right?
I know, it's a little awkward. We have to have like a 30-minute conversation beforehand just to be comfortable.
I know, right?
Well, congratulations on fulfilling your lifelong dream of a #1 on the dance charts.
Thank you so much, man. Honestly, it's been a lifelong dream of mine, and I've just been pushing and pushing and pushing. And, sometimes you wish you want to give up, but sometimes you don't. And you just can't give up on your dreams, honestly. You never know what's going to happen. And sometimes when you think you're going to give up, just one more song. If it doesn't do it, it's the one, man. And I appreciate all your support and everybody's support on dance radio. It's just been amazing.
You're very welcome. And I mean, it's such a great song and you're on point with that. You could just never give up as hard as it seems like it's going. And, there's times where it seems like it might not happen. That's when it happens.
That's exactly what it is, and my dad very well. And he was like, don't give up, Caine. Don't give up. You feel down sometimes. This music industry is harsh sometimes, and it's very straightforward. So when it's not good, it's not good. And when it's good, it's good.
Well, I'm glad you stuck with it. Now, I know this is a celebratory occasion, but I'm a little worried about your career and your fans, and I'll tell you why. I read an interview where you said that you're not stopping until you're #1. You're #1 now. So does that mean you're stopping?
Heck no, man. Honestly, man, it's just been a dream come true to get that #1, and it's crazy. I'm just ready for my next #1. Like, dance radio is something that I've always dreamed. Like, it's been crazy. Like, music, it just moves my soul. You know what I mean? And to be able to make music that moves other people too is just genuinely the point of making it.
Absolutely, and I'm so glad that somebody that's so passionate about it has their first #1. I can't wait to talk about how this song was born and your new smash, Something New. We'll talk about those coming up, but first, let's get to know GT Ofice a little better with Finky's firsts.
Got it.
So I always love finding out the origin story of artists. I honestly know nothing about your history, and I couldn't really find anything. When you were growing up, was music the first thing you wanted to get into, or was there something else you wanted to be?
No, growing up, I actually wanted to be a doctor, and I wanted to help other people. Look where I'm at, and look where you are. Good thing you're there, and I'm here. Trust me. I did take some music classes in middle school and elementary school, but in high school I never really pursued it. It wasn't really a passion or a dream of mine, actually.
So where did you veer onto this path?
It was actually a crazy situation. Was Ultra Music Festival in 2014. I was going to tell you this later, but we can go now.
I was going to ask you about this later, so let's just talk about it now.
Yeah, literally, I was invited from a few friends to go to Ultra, and I was coming down to Miami, and I was coming with them. I didn't have a ticket, but I was like, you know what? I should probably try to find a ticket. I went on eBay, because that's what was hot back at that point in 2014, and I got a ticket from somebody, and I went there, and I've never experienced anything like that, man. It was just insane. The vibes, the energy, the production, the music. I still have chills to this day. Like, it's just been insane. Ultra was so much fun. It was an eye-opener to me.
So I'm trying to think back to 2014. Do you remember who was playing main stage at that point? Because I'm wondering.
Yeah, I think it was Avicii. Oh, he canceled. that's what happened is he actually canceled. They had the Avicii Hotel and all that set up.
Oh, that was that year when he got sick.
That was when he canceled. Yeah, because I think it was that year because I went 14 and 15, obviously, and every year after that. But I think that was it, man. Because I had a shirt, a lime green shirt on it, and it said Avicii, and he didn't show up, but I still wore it.
Man, I remember that year. We were down there. You would see the Avicii driving billboards all over the place. Yep. I think it was the SLS that they turned into the Avicii Hotel.
You got it, yeah.
And that was when he got sick and had the, was it the gallbladder? And
Yep.
I think my first Ultra, and I don't remember what year it was, but Prodigy was playing main stage.
Okay, so that was a while ago.
Yeah, this was a long time ago. Yeah. And I want to say it was the old location. What was crazy was I had to go into the crowd for Prodigy. And so we went in, and because I'm a lifelong Prodigy fan. And so we went in and just found our way to the front. And we were probably 5 rows back from stage. And I remember turning around, and again, this is my first Ultra. I remember turning around, and it was just a sea of people. It didn't even look like you could get out at that point.
Right.
It was amazing. So that was your first festival that you went to?
That was my first festival, and ever since then, I've been going. Honestly, it's just been... Last year, I didn't go to Ultra, actually, because there was the rain and all that crap, but... I mean, I had tickets. I just chose to be dry. You know what I mean? And I heard it was a nightmare. It was
we don't need to talk about that.
Lakes in the middle of the place and everything. But I'm sure this year it's going to be much better. So you'll probably catch me there.
I still can't believe you bought a ticket on eBay. How were you even sure?
I met the person, in person, got the ticket. Yeah, it was last minute thing. And it was funny because on the ticket it said comp.
You didn't meet me, did you?
Oh, man.
I'm kidding. I have never sold my comp tickets. I have never done that. Let's change the subject real quick. So, obviously, GT Ofice isn't your real name. When you were trying to decide on an artist project name, was GT Ofice your first choice, or were there other names you were considering?
No, I actually started as just DJ Caine, my real name.
No crap.
Yeah, and I kept it for a little while, but then I found out there was another DJ Caine, and he was a hardstyle DJ, and he was actually famous from some guy that's just, DJing at the bar like me. So I decided to go a different route, stick it out for about 5 years, and then changed it up a little bit.
So where did GT Ofice come from?
So GT Ofice, GTO is actually Good Times Only, and that's my radio show as well that I have that's syndicated on a bunch of different stations.
Oh my God!
Yeah, so I call it's Good Times Only, and then so I used to drink a lot of Red Bull and vodka, and I would get very feisty. So my friends would call me Feist. So it was just GTO Feist. They wouldn't call me GTO. It was just Feist. I get feisty all the time. I've slowly stepped away from the vodka Red Bull. I do like rum and Coke and stuff like that, but the energy drink with the vodka is a little much for me now, and I'm not as young as I look. So
you didn't just have your 21st birthday?
I wish, man. I wish.
Same.
I wish I could go back.
Same. Actually, no, I don't want to go back to 21. I'll do mid-20s.
You made it out of your 20s, so that's a good thing.
Thank God. Well, that's an incredible origin story for the name, first of all. Second of all, I consider myself somewhat intelligent. I never even put together that GTO was good. Oh, my God. The name of the show. I never even put the two together.
Yep.
So let's talk about your early days as DJ Caine and playing in bars. Do you remember the first time performing for a crowd?
I do. I was a guest DJ at the Catalina Hotel in Miami Beach. I was living in New York City at the time, but I was coming to visit all the time and visiting friends. And the guy that was the main DJ there, a resident DJ, he was like, "Hey, do you want to DJ?" And I was like, "Well, I'm not that great." And he was like, "It's okay. I'll be there to help you." And that was the first time that I ever DJ'd in front of a large not a large crowd. Let me say large. There was probably 20 people in the lobby. You know what I mean? It was like a hotel.
But that type of show is actually harder than DJing for like 20,000.
It is, because people come up, they want something, they need this, they need that. And, you know, I didn't have like a large library of music back then. I was just starting and things like that. But it seemed like everybody had a great time. And then I never did Catalina again. I actually haven't heard from that guy in a really long time. So, like, I don't even think he knows where I'm at in my career, honestly.
Well, I absolutely think that smaller shows, like, because obviously I've stepped out on stage in front of like 5 people or 50,000 people. And I think there's so many different elements to it. Like, when you're stepping out in front of 50,000 people, it's that initial stepping out that's so nerve-wracking. But once you're out there, it's fine. But stepping out in front of 5, 10 people, it's not only the initial nerves, but then you can literally see every single person staring at you, and that makes it so much worse.
You can literally see if they like you or don't like you, and it's really easy because it's like,
no,
you know what I mean? Or it's like, it's one or the other. And if you're getting mixed vibes, just switch it up a little bit, a little twist.
Do you remember the first time hearing one of your songs on the radio?
Yeah, actually I do. I was with my dad in the car, and it was my song, Young Hearts with Linny and Mime. And my dad and I looked at each other and we were just like, oh my God, they're playing on my, like, I couldn't believe it. Honestly, I was shocked. Like, I couldn't believe it. And, you know, it's weird because that song didn't do that well on dance radio.
As long as you got to hear it, that's all that matters.
I got to hear it, man. And you know what? It was crazy because the time after that was another song I had called Body Talks. And it was on a station called Energy 1019. That's no longer a station anymore, but that was out of San Jose, California. And they wanted me to do voiceovers. I was like, you wanted me to do that? Like, I couldn't believe they wanted me to do that. I'm like, of course I'll do that. And like, my friends are like, are you going to charge them? I'm like, charge them? No, I'll say whatever they want for that.
Well, as a radio programmer, let me just tell you that if you came back to me and said there will be a charge, that would be the worst thing you could do.
Play you. You don't want the support?
So let's make that very clear right now.
Well, good thing I didn't go after what my friends were saying to do.
Exactly. Now, this is going to get way into the weeds, but obviously hearing the song in the studio and in the car when you're listening to it, as opposed to hearing it on the radio with compression and everything that's added onto it, did it sound a lot different to you?
Different. Yes, absolutely different. 100% different than what it sounded like in the studio.
Yeah, the compression obviously and the processing just makes it so much fatter, but I mean, it's still an amazing song, which is great. Now, do you remember the first dance song that made you fall in love with EDM?
Yeah, actually I do. It was Clarity by Zed. And the reason why I actually fell in love with this song was actually watching the music video. Believe it or not, that video, they collide in a car and they crash into each other. Bro, I felt like I was in that car. I felt like I was part of the video. And it hit me in a way that no other song has. And of course, there's other songs that I really like from back in that era, like Avicii, like Wake Me Up. And there's a whole bunch of stuff that I love, but just Clarity was one of those songs that the writing, progressive house, just the whole vibe about it. And you know what? I still make that similar sound. Like, I never change. I don't follow the trends. I stuck to what I love. And that was one thing that, you know, some radio programmers are like, oh, you need to change this. If I don't think that's what I need to change, I won't change. And if it's going to be the sound I'm changing, there's no way.
And that's good. You got to stick to it.
When people think of GT Ofice, I want them to think of dance pop music. So when you want to listen to something that's more poppy with a little dance to it, I want them to think of me. I don't want them to think of me as a hard style DJ. I don't want to be all over the place either. I really want to stick to just that little niche that I have. And those are all the people, because, you know, I love radio.
And we love you.
Oh, thank you. I love you. You guys have been so well, like just so it's just so supportive, and it's just been so amazing. And I'm just so happy to have you as a friend.
Right back at you. And, we say this a lot, and it's kind of cliche, but it's just so good that it's happening to somebody that's such a good guy. Like, that's the most important thing. Now, finally, in Finky's verse, in honor of someone else going number one, it has the lyrics, small talks, long walks. Where's the first place you take a long walk when you just need to get out and breathe?
Honestly, bro, it's not far. It's literally on the boardwalk outside of my house in Miami Beach. And it's just like the escape I need to clear my mind. And what's really cool about the boardwalk is I'm able to walk all the way down. I'm in mid Miami Beach. I can walk all the way to South Beach, or I can literally just walk to the grocery store. That's what I love about it. It's my like calm little place that I love. You know what I mean? It's dope. I love it.
That's awesome. Well, let's talk about this smash. I saw in an interview that you said that it was one of your most personal creations yet. How was Someone Else born?
I guess you probably don't know this, but I listen to hundreds of vocals every week. I get them sent from managers. I get them sent from labels. I get them sent from artists. I would say most of them do come directly from artists. I hear good ones. I hear terrible ones that I just wasted 2 minutes of my life, but I listen to all of them. I try to give them all the same attention, because you never know, like you never know what you're going to find in these books. Like when they send you these whole like playlists, you never know what you're going to go. When they send me 30 songs, it's a little overwhelming. And sometimes, I'm not going to lie, I don't make it through them all. If the first 10 are not good, I don't go to the next 10, but you know how it is, man. I like to, I like to give everybody the fighting chance, because, like, just like us right now, you give me the fighting chance, give that back to everybody.
But that was a long way around of how was the song born?
Well, okay, all right, here we go. Well, so
you got finished with that. I was like, wait, I don't think you answered the question.
All right, here we go. So I get sent them all the time, and the same manager that sent me Someone Else also sent me something new. And Joe Jury was the artist on Someone Else, and he is just phenomenal.
He's amazing.
I mean, you obviously know who he is. He's
absolutely, with audience. Yeah.
He's got a lot of hits. And once I heard this song, like I was telling you, is I hear all these songs, and once I heard it, usually I never jump immediately. I like to give it 2-3 days to sit on it, listen to it a few more times. I heard this song, I wanted this vocal now. So I told the manager, I was like, this is for me. I need this one. And that's kind of how it came about. And it's funny because I was sitting on this for about 6 months, I would say. Yeah. And, I was putting out a few other things, but I wanted to save it because my life is up and down on relationships. Obviously, you don't know that, but I'm not really personal on my Instagram about my relationships, but up and down, up and down. I have the worst luck with relationships. And it seems like sometimes they actually find someone new. So it actually hit me, it hit hard. But yeah, man, it's just, it's been a long journey. And that's really how it came about. He wanted to work with me. We worked together. And believe it or not, he didn't want to be part of the song.
That's so crazy.
And you know what? It really hurt me inside.
That's
so
nuts.
Now I'm the guy that makes the decision who's on the song.
Smart.
And also with something new, the same manager, this guy is the vocal god. Like literally, like when he sends them, trust me, there's some in there that I don't like, but he sends a lot of decent ones, man. And he sent me something new, and that's with Rory Hope. And Rory is just another superstar. Like, I'm being serious. That guy is a superstar. The writing, the vocal, just everything about this song. It was that one I was even sitting on even longer.
Wow. Even from when you sent me it to hear it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I was sitting on it for a long time, bro, because the truth is I wanted to put something out earlier, but I didn't start working on it because, someone else was climbing the charts. I didn't want to compete with myself. So that's really why it's kind of taken this long for me to even start on it. I probably started on it, maybe 3 months ago or something like that. But, when you have a song and then sometimes it takes the radio stations some time to add you, you got to make room. There's only so many spots. And I understand that. It's not like, okay, you can drop him and just put me there. It doesn't work like that.
Right.
And, I have to respect that. And, like I said, I'm not John Summit. So they're not going to play a lot of the same songs. You know what I mean? Maybe one day I will be John Summit, but as of right now, I'm just GT Ofice. And I'm happy.
Wait a second. So
I'm happy with that.
You are not Tiesto. You are not David Guetta. You are not John Summit. What the hell is going on with this chat right now? No, I mean, you are GT Ofice, and that's
I'm happy with it.
And
I'm happy
you
with it.
should be. Now, let's talk about this brand new smash. When you said you started working on it, 3 months even before you sent it to me to listen to, how did it come together with Matthew Topper and Petie?
Yeah, well, Matt and Petie are actually really close friends of mine, some of my best friends. And I'm trying to build them. You know what I mean? I wanted them to work on the song, and I wanted it to be, I wanted us all to be part of this song because I'm trying to build them as artists. I believe in them as artists. And you'll think this is crazy. Petie is actually Mime. And Mime with the mask from back in the day.
I remember.
And, we've been best friends since probably about 2019. Something like that. And we always wanted to work together. And we did work together for a while. But I believe some politics got in the way and kind of pushed us away. But now we're back and we're on tour together. We're on a world tour. We're going to China. We're going to Japan. We're going all over the place, man. We're going this coming week. We're in Dallas. And then I fly to New Jersey. Dallas on Friday, New Jersey on Saturday, and then fly back to Miami on Sunday. Then the following week, I'm in LA. Bro, it's just insane, man. And we complement each other. So I feel like it's going to be a very successful, long journey for us together. And Matthew Topper is just amazing. He's got more energy than anybody I've ever met in my life. I don't know how he does it. He runs circles around me. I went to Vegas to visit the guy. And unfortunately, I had a tooth infection, so I wasn't feeling the best there. But he would be out all night. I'd wake up, he'd still be out. I'm like, what the heck is going on?
It's like your dad.
Another one, my dad is the same way. He runs circles around me too.
Around all of us.
Yours, I don't know how.
Well, like I mentioned earlier, it really just makes me so happy that all of this is happening for somebody that's passionate about it and that's such a good guy in the scene. I got a chance to meet you a while ago, and I think I may have met Petie at that pool party.
You did when I was with Castro chilling.
Yeah, at Miami Music Week. So, and I think that's when he told me that he was Mime without the mask. I was like,
okay, good.
Oh, no crap.
We'll see him again in 2 weeks.
Well, GT Ofice, congratulations on the new smash and congratulations on your first #1. That is so amazing.
Thank you, Brian.
GT Ofice, thank you so much for your time with us on America's Dance 30.
I appreciate you so much. I appreciate your support. I love dance radio, and I love all of you. Thank you.
We'll be right back.